Did it.
Got it.
Good evening, everyone. This is Dr. Sheila and Tammy doing our weekly Wednesday WoW call, WoW Wednesdays, using our amazing Solex technologies, particularly the AO scanner. And we are a little late getting off the ground this morning, some technical issues, and Tammy's traveling, but it's all just fine. So just to remind everyone that the AO scan technology is not a medical device. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease. If you're sick, please consult with your healthcare provider. Okay, now that we have that out of the way, we want to welcome everyone tonight. We know that everyone is busy and it's summer and everybody wants to be outside, but we love that you're taking time to get on this call. We want to hear from you every week. I swear, this is what, our 7th month. We've been doing this since January, and every week I am still hearing things that blow my mind. So I'm so appreciative that you guys take the time to come and share, or if you're just listening. Like I said, you're never going to walk away without golden nuggets. Every single week I'm hearing things that some things, people, the way that people are using things, I don't even think about. So I appreciate this because it helps us to use our technology even more, because there's so much involved. We couldn't possibly know everything. So I am going to open it up and see if anyone has anything they want to share. Just unmute yourself. Please share, even if you think it's small. The smallest things sometimes are very powerful. I do have one that I will share, maybe to break the ice here. One of my ladies in Germany sent this the other day, and it just brought me to tears. See if I can find that real quick. There we go.
Sheila, this is Martina. I just had a client. She had one ESET scan by me. And then she is in another treatment, but she felt like just doing the inner voice. So she just been doing the inner voice and paid me for the inner voice. And she done a 2nd week. And imagine she couldn't open, she could open the voices files and listen to the music, but she couldn't open the other files. She never told me. So a couple of days ago, she opened the files on her computer, and it did open. And there was something in there about mother communication. She and her mother live close to each other, but haven't talked with each other for years, also not to her one son. So yesterday morning, her mother walked into her way. Her mother smiled at her, and she just was able to talk to her, and the both of them talked. So she just called me up and told me that, and she said she's gone another week with it in her voice. This is a testimonial. I mean, this is wow. I just want to share that with you. This is amazing.
That just blessed my soul. The things that people are doing with this technology, and I mean, they seem like small things, but my goodness, she was just doing the inner voice, and already something has opened up communication with her and her mother, who they've not spoken in years. And all of a sudden that communication was able to take place. And I'm like, how many lives could this change? Blows my mind. Does anyone else have anything to share, whether it's with you or someone you've worked with?
I can share one, Dr. Sheila. Oh, go ahead, Chelsea. No, go ahead.
Okay. All right. So in 2008, 2009, my husband had to have skin grafts on his lower left leg. Okay. And it's actually a huge part of multiple testimonies, but recently the skin grafts got rubbed to an open wound, and it's hard to heal because there's not a lymphatic system there anymore or anything like that. And so that wound wasn't healing. So I started running frequencies on it, open wound, and it started shutting that night. Like, we had been working on it, and I didn't even think about adding in the AO scan into this. So this thing is now it's a callus, which is actually better than not having a callus there, because it rubs, it's the inner ankle where it rubs on the boot, his work boot. And so now that's a callus. And yeah, I know that can be issues, but like, there's worse issues to have. And it closed, and it closed quickly as soon as we started doing the open wound frequencies. So I just wanted to share that. I hadn't even thought about using the AO scanner for that.
Oh my gosh. See, that's what I'm saying. There's so many things that we just don't think about. And I'm like, oh, I'm so silly. Why didn't I think about that? Something so small. And so when you say the open wound, you're talking about one set of frequencies instead of building this big, massive playlist, right?
It's just the open wound frequency in the CEPI section. That's it. And I just broadcasted it. I didn't imprint it on anything, just broadcasted, and it started shutting. And it was not, we were actually looking up, when he had the skin grafts, they were talking about pixie dust, which is basically like stem cells in a powder form, which sounds funny to me, but they were having great success doing, instead of skin grafts, using pixie dust. That's a medical thing. And we started looking it up because like, this isn't healing. And that can be very problematic for him. And so, but then I was like, oh wait, I saw an open wound. Let's try that. And it just started closing right then.
Wow.
So, wanted to share that.
Thank you.
My husband who thinks, I'm not trying to I think Zyto is great too. It's just not as comprehensive in my opinion. He thinks Zyto is a farce. And he thinks AO scan is legit, and he is all over it. It cracks me up.
Gosh. Well, how could he not?
I know.
Wow.
He's had so many victories with it already. So he started logging into my account, and I'm actually grateful because he's like sending family and friends frequencies when they ask, and I'm like, I don't have time for that, and he's doing it. So he is on board. He's starting to use it.
Oh my gosh.
I may get a second. I may get a second account under me, like a PC for Mariah or something like that, so that we can have more than one going at this point.
Sounds like Bob needs his own.
It may come to that, and it may come to that, and I've got enough under me that would cover it too.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh my gosh. That is just awesome, because for me, some of us have this brain that we think everything has to be so complicated and we have to put all this stuff in there. And then what I found with one of my grandbabies trying to help her was I was using way too much stuff. And one night it hit me. It's like, she's not getting any results. So they're going to think that this thing is not anything worthwhile. I am giving her way too much stuff. And so as soon as I cut back and simplified it to the priorities, now we started having some shifts. It's like, oh, we make this way too hard.
Yeah, I do have another one to add to that regarding him. So he sometimes gets tachycardia because he forgets to drink or whatever. And he was at church last Sunday, and he ran the tachycardia frequency, and it didn't help. And I went, aha, I've learned from this, because he had another event where it didn't help. And I later thought back, well, then that wasn't the problem. So then what I did was I muscle tested, was this physical, emotional, or spiritual, those three. And it was emotional. So I went to ultimate emotions and only ran that, just that resolved the tachycardia. So he was essentially having a panic attack that he didn't know what triggered it, but it wasn't true tachycardia. It was an emotional response to something. So yeah, sometimes keeping it really simple, but being able to sort where's the source of this, finding the root cause, that's the key, for at least for that one. Yeah.
Wow.
So, and I've done that for several others as well, as just kind of look, is it emotional, spiritual, or physical? And then I go into that game plan for that.
Wow. That's all I could say is wow. Oh my goodness. Wow. That's why I listened to Kai a couple of weeks ago about keeping it simple, and I hear Lauren, and that's going through my head all the time because I, as well as others that I know, we tend to way overcomplicate and we think we have to be some kind of expert and do all these things. And it's like, it is that simple. Lauren has made it that simple. If we would just leave it that way, we could have even more success and help more people. So thank you so much for giving those testimonies because that is powerful and that's going to help a lot of people. Wowzers. Tammy. You're still muted, hon. There you go.
Okay. My oldest son and his wife and the kids, grandbabies, went to Lake Texoma over this past weekend for Mariah's birthday. And Mariah messaged me on, I guess it was, let's see if I can think. Saturday evening, was it, or Sunday? Saturday evening, and said, Mom, can you scan Skylar? And Scott and I both had this thought run through our head that something was off. We couldn't figure out what was going on. And our first thought was, well, one of the grandbabies, fell off the boat or something, because they're little. Well, no, it was Skylar this time. He had tried to do a cannonball off the boat in shallow water and hurt his foot really bad. His right foot got the brunt of it. And Mariah said he couldn't stand on it. And I ran the comprehensive on both his feet. And of course, the tendon, right exactly where he said his pain was, exactly where it was, is that he had double nines. So then I've been scanning and optimizing his feet every day, and then also doing the body systems, the musculoskeletal, and then also broadcasting a frequency. Monday, they went to an urgent care. Sunday, went to an urgent care. They took an x-ray and they said that they couldn't tell if it was broken or not.
Tammy, you cut out, honey.
You got remuted. You're muted, Tammy.
Tammy. Help. Scott, can you hear us? See if I can call her. You're muted. There you go. Yes.
I can't hear them now.
Now, yeah, it's really light. Is your speaker on?
It's my connection. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, we lost you after he went to the doctor and to see if it was broken. All right, maybe we can get this connection fixed. This is a good story. I don't want to miss it. She was worried about not having good reception while she was traveling. Hopefully
I'm wondering
comes
if
back.
it hooked up with her speaker system, like her car stereo. I'm wondering if it flipped, because mine does that all the time.
Yeah, it's frustrating.
She's off entirely.
She's probably going to try to come back on. See if that helps. All this
Can
automation.
I share a story?
You bet.
Hi,
Hi.
everyone. This is my first time joining the team call, so but it's good because it works with my time zone here.
Oh, good.
I have a couple that I've experienced. I think the one that really shocked me was a lady that had multiple seizures. I'm a missionary in Nigeria, so I work with the AO scanner in Nigeria. And I mean, when I mean multiple seizures, she had like about 25 in less than an hour, like back to back. So when I did a scan on her, I found out there was this blockage somewhere in her. I would say, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it well, but it's like a trigeminal nerve thing. And I did other therapies around that area for a while. But to be honest, the seizures reduced from like several in a second, or several in a minute, to it was very few between. So when she was done at our center, I noticed that she was able to walk, like take steps to the car. Prior to that, she would take steps and then have a seizure and freeze in the middle of her steps. So her family would have to hold her and grab her. But the seizures reduced, that she was able to walk from here to the car, no seizures, nothing. Yeah, that's one. The other one is
This is in one session. This is one visit.
that was by the third visit, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's, yeah. The other one is I've been working with autistic children in Nigeria. I don't know why they find me, but I think one person tells another person, maybe in their community, and then, they refer to me. But it's been amazing. Like, the kids love the AO scanner, the sound therapy, that's the inner voice. They love it. They ask for it. They would point to their parents' phones and ask for it, or do a sign. I do a 5-week session, and by the 5th week, I kid you not, I have a testimonial of a mom saying that her nonverbal son is alive. He is talking. He started talking in 2-word sentences. By the next time I checked up on them, he was talking like full sentences.
Oh my gosh.
Like, she called me one day, and she's a Muslim, and she calls me and she's like, "God bless you. I don't know what I've done without you." And then she's like, he's talking in sentences, like, sometimes she's like, I'm close to tears just seeing what my son is able to do now. So that has been very interesting for me, just especially people with special needs who cannot communicate what they're experiencing, but you're seeing the difference. That's powerful.
Wow. How long have you had your AO scanner?
For about a year now.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's about as long as I've had mine. And so you have some kind of program already that you have in place for these autistic children, 5 weeks, and different things that you do. And you do the inner voice with them. Do they do inner voice every day?
They do inner voice every day, 5 days a week.
Wow.
Like rest during the weekend. And sometimes it's just their breathing, I guess. Sometimes it's their mumbling, like, when they're grumbling or something. The most recent one is a kid in New York. I'm in New Jersey, by the way. And he is beginning to say the word no. So his mom is excited right now. Like, he's like, he has never said a word in his life. And he's beginning to say
gosh.
So yeah.
Oh,
It's pretty cool.
wow, that is so cool. Goodness sakes. I know that's
Chisholm.
Tammy's heart too, is the autism community.
Chisholm, where are you missioning where are you in Nigeria when you mission? Where do you stay in Nigeria?
It's called Jos.
Jos?
It's in Plateau State, Jos.
Is that Kwara? I'm sorry, not Kwara. Igbo?
No, it's
Hausa?
it's kind of in the middle of Nigeria. kind
Okay.
of smack in the middle between the
Is it
Muslim North and the Christian South.
near Lauren? Is it near Lauren?
No, it's about 8 hours from there. It's
Oh,
about eight
okay.
hours from there.
Okay. I sent you
Yeah.
a message because I was a missionary in Nigeria. So I want to connect with you and see what else we can do. So yeah.
That's amazing. Oh,
I
wow.
know. I know.
Yeah,
So, but
I
I
found
love
out
what you're
that
doing.
I found out that oh, I'm sorry. I found out that I needed to share some of my own story because when I look at the AO community, you know, there are very few Africans that I see. So I'm glad I'm seeing some here, African descent people
Oh, we have a
there.
ton.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, this is my group. I'm
Yep.
definitely here for a reason. So it makes my heart glad because I found out when I went there, we've been there for 2 years now. But when I went there, there was a huge gap between quote unquote diagnostic and blood tests and any other thing else. So it was amazing to just fit in that gap and provide something that is not diagnostic, but something that can help people, you know, with their healing journey. And gosh, we've worked with over 300 people, and it's been spot on, especially the emotions. The emotions are like, I'm a psychotherapist, so that is my jam. Like it's always spot on. And then people that come in with, you know, let's say chip on their shoulder, like, what are you gonna do? You know, from a distance. 90% of my clients I've never seen. So when I do the emotions and then I start to read they're like, okay, all right. How do you know this about me? Just from my voice. I'm like, well, the emotions. And I do it.
What happened?
Oh, my phone's about to die. But yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm glad you finally came on a call with us.
I'm
Awesome.
glad I did too.
Wow. Wow, Wednesdays. Oh my goodness. Blows my mind. Kumon, you have something, don't you?
Yeah, yeah. She encouraged me because the same thing happened with us with our son. My son has dealing with the autism and speech, and so since I've been using the scanner and doing inner voice, and then I have a playlist I play for him every night. But what's this, July? So yeah, shortly, few weeks after we started all of this, it was a shift, and he started talking more and being more verbal. So the same type of thing happened. And so now it's like, okay, now we need to, oh, and I realized too, like it was a bedwetting frequency you could put in there because he was, you know, having issues with that. And for a good 2 weeks, he was not wetting the bed either. But I kind of fell off, and then I missed doing it, so it kind of got out of the routine. But it's just interesting just to seeing, you know, those changes just from like running the scans and running the frequency. So it's definitely doing something.
Oh, that just makes my heart so happy because especially, you know, when these kids have these challenges, that's not normal and that's not the way God, he didn't put them here for that. And it's like they're in bondage to these things that are keeping them from living a normal, healthy life. And so it just excites me to no end that we can actually do things to help them be set free. They need to be set free, and we have something that can help them be set free.
Mhm.
That's awesome. I am so happy for you and your family.
Yeah, it's been a blessing.
Does he like the inner voice, the balancing harmonics?
Yeah, I'm he yeah, he tolerates it. He doesn't mind. At the beginning he's like, what you doing? But now I have to just get back in the routine of doing the inner voice because most of the time I'm just running the playlist. But now this encouraged me. So I'm gonna get back on it and do inner voice every day.
Excellent. Excellent. I think that you might, well, I would like for you to do that for a week and then report back next week.
Okay. Yeah, I'll get on it
Yeah.
every night.
Yeah, that'd be great. Oh gosh. Wow. Oh
So
my
I
goodness.
I'd like to add to that.
Oh, Shelley. Hi,
Shelley,
Shelley.
yeah. Hi, sorry I don't have a camera. I'm on
Can't
my
see
computer
you.
with no camera. I know I'm on my computer with no camera. I just jumped on last minute. I also have 2 young adults with autism. And so, which is what made me get on board with this. And we've had it for about maybe 2 months.
Uh-huh.
And my oldest is, I guess he's not so young anymore. He's 33. And he is very high functioning. He drives and stuff, but we do a lot of supplements to help him stay focused and keep his stress and everything down. But what I found was and we don't do the inner voice as much, but I do playlists. I did Tammy's autism brain one that she put out. And that one, like I could see a shift in him where he was like so in tuned to what I was saying to him, which is, I see real classic autism in him as far as like he doesn't hear me the first time and takes a little bit to process and stuff like that, but he's so in tune with me now. He's very focused.
Oh my
So
gosh.
it's crazy. It's like I can say it once and he'll do it. And it's like, oh my gosh, I have struggled with that child his whole life. It's like it would take months to get a routine that I wanted. Now his routine is like overnight, but the one that I wanted, it would take so long. And now it's like, oh my gosh, he's doing what I asked him. What is up with that? So
Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
so that's my older one. My youngest one, who's 22, is nonverbal. Has never spoke a single word his entire life, and self-interest behaviors, was not toilet trained till he was 15. Just lots of challenges. He had a body full of arsenic when he was young.
Oh my gosh.
It's high levels. And so we've done a lot of natural stuff and just no shots, no nothing. We've done a lot. But with him, I haven't done the inner voice as much, and just trying to get sounds or breathing or anything. As soon as I turn the recorder on, I swear he stops breathing even.
Yeah.
He's got that kind of an attitude where he's like, oh no, we're not going to have this. And so I just struggle, but I do a playlist to him all the time. And at the first time I did one, though he was in a self-interest behavior, I could see it happening. He was headed toward it, and I put on the balancing harmonics, and he instantly stopped the behavior.
Wow.
Instantly.
Wow.
And it was really great. It was like what made me a believer. I'm like, oh, I have to have that. That scanner's got to be in my house. So I do playlists all day to him, just on different things that I can, but I'm going to try to be more diligent about doing the inner voice and see if I can get anything different out of him.
That is awesome.
It's been great. It's been a great journey so far, and it's only been a few months. So
Wow. Oh, so one thing that came to my mind, like I was talking about with my granddaughter, she had so much stuff coming up. I thought I had to create, she had so much stuff coming up. It was like literally 2 playlists, 30 some things. And it dawned on me that might just be a little too much for such a little body, and it might be creating confusion in the system. So I don't know what all you have in your playlist or how often you're doing it, but if you notice, if you do it a lot or if you do it a little bit, if you notice any changes in his response, that might be something just to look for.
okay.
And then on the inner voice, you might just sneak attack him. I
Yeah.
mean, you know, just catch him when he's breathing and he doesn't know that you're there.
I think he's got eyes on the back of his head. He's
Probably.
got that sense of where he knows I'm like doing something he doesn't want me to do or something.
Yeah. Well,
Kid's crazy.
what senses they lose, they heighten other ones, so they have a
Yeah.
little more awareness.
Yeah, and I often say he would have been that child would have been crawling out the window, getting
Oh,
in
gosh.
trouble, the class clown, yeah, all of that. I ended up homeschooling him, doing a lot of therapies and stuff. And there was times where we had 40 hours of therapy a week in home.
Oh
So
my gosh. Wow.
yeah, yeah, he's been through a lot, and we've done a lot. But I'm excited
Wow.
for this scanner, though. Really excited for it.
I am excited for all of you to come back week after week and give us updates because this is really exciting. You know how many people are in need of this? How many kids are in need of this? I mean, gosh, we literally have millions of people that need this. So we've got to get the word out and help these people.
Mhm. I actually run a nonprofit for families who have children with autism here in my local community. And so, yeah, I get it. My son's 33, so I've been doing this a long time and
Mm.
on this journey. And yeah, there's a lot of kids that we could be helping, a lot.
Yep. And that's what I'm so grateful for Lauren, because my whole mission was about empowering the individual. I mean, as a practitioner, you know, I can't save the whole world, but what really hit me the hardest was during COVID when everything got shut down and people started losing ability to get care or to even have choices. And that really set me on fire. We can't have that happen again. And the fact that people are going to all these different places looking for help and they're not getting help. What if we can empower them in their own homes? With our AO scanner, people have their own clinic in their household. They can find out what's going on. They can receive what they need. They don't even have to understand it. All they have to do is push easy scan, and they've already gotten a treatment right there. And then if they listen to their balancing harmonics, but even if they just did a scan every day, they've already received a treatment that would have cost them a couple $100s to go to a practitioner. If we can do that for every single household, what would that look like?
So let me ask a question. So when you do the easy scan, that's already giving them some of the frequencies and they don't even have to listen to the harmonics?
Okay, so the harmonics are different. The harmonics are working on the emotions. And because of when emotions are out of balance, physiology, you know, people don't finish, they can't heal when emotions are out of balance. And we all have emotions out of balance to some degree. So the balancing harmonics is different. But when you run an easy scan, not only do you get information about the vitals, which isn't that important for people that, you know, that's not their jam, it doesn't matter. But the technology instantly has assessed everything that's out of balance, and it automatically sends right back to that individual exactly what their body needs to come back to homeostasis. Okay. Now, the inner voice is different. That's taken the emotions that are out of balance. You listen to the balancing harmonics, and it helps to bring emotions into balance. But there's a whole lot of other stuff that's going on, but the emotions affect all of that. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So what I should do is the inner voice with him on a daily basis.
I would run the easy scan. That is my go-to. The
Okay.
easy, because it does inner voice and vitals. So you can look through his vitals and just see what's showing up just for information. You don't have to get all crazy about the details. But when you do that, he's already received a bunch of frequencies that his body needs for everything that's out of balance. Then he can listen to the balancing harmonics and get the emotional balancing.
Okay.
So
Now,
it's like
does he have to listen to does he have to hear the balancing harmonics, or can I just play them and it'd be more of a quiet where because sometimes he wants to listen and sometimes he doesn't.
So I would follow his lead.
Okay.
And you can go ahead and play them. You know, if he's not wanting to hear them, just play them anyway. And, you know, like Lauren said, the brain is picking up on things the ears can't hear anyway.
Okay. That's what I thought I heard him say at some point. So, okay, perfect. That's what I'm going to do then. I'm going to do that for the next week.
Excellent. I want to hear back next week.
Okay. Sounds great.
We have
Sheila,
a few.
I have a
Oh,
request for some future events. I mean, okay. That we talk about how to lovingly and carefully approaching the autism community with the AO scanner. So what, like, I need those parents to chime in on, don't bring this to me. I would reject it instantly. I need to know what's offensive and what is like, what they would be hearing. Sorry, I'm really tripping over my words today. So maybe Tammy can, or even the three of y'all that have talked tonight, that input would be so helpful to all of us, because I'm an advocate in Texas for vaccine choice, and there's a huge autism community in this group of people that I work with and advocate in the state legislature. But I need to know how to minister to them, to touch their hearts and not go in there and make them angry.
I hear you. Thank you for that, because it always shocks me that people are offended when I'm trying to serve them. And I don't understand the offense. So I'm having difficulty with that and could use insider input.
And I would love to, chat about that, because I get it. And as a parent, as somebody who serves the community in this area with a nonprofit, but also as a parent, and I'm very sensitive to some of that stuff from both sides.
Great.
So
this will be a great call. Thanks, Chelsea. All right, we've got just a few more minutes before weekly Solex call, my favorite day of the week. And does anybody have anything else to share in just a couple of minutes? Anything, big and small?
I think that just to talk to what you were just talking about, I think one of the things, is probably just using other people's testimonials and having them be that verifying factor for you, so that you're not the one doing the talking. Like, their testimonials are doing the talking on your behalf. Yeah.
That's an excellent idea.
And then I noticed that when you actually charge a fee, even if it's a small fee, people are more willing to try it. I don't know why people do not like free gifts, but I wouldn't say people. I'll say some people are opposed to, oh, it's free. What's the catch? All right. But if you charge even just a minimal fee, so you could say, well, this is the usual fee. However, I'm going to charge this. This is what I charge. They're more than willing to take that, try, and then, that's what I'm finding out on my own. So, yeah.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Thank you so much for that. Love it. Oh, good stuff, everyone. Thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule to be here tonight. This is so important. And it's hard for me to get on this call because I'm a summer girl. I want to be outside all night in the evenings. But this call is so important. It's just so important. So I thank you so much for taking time to be here and sharing with us and listening to other people, because this is building our community and our own ability to affect more people. People need this, and we need to get the word out and help them. I love that we can pull together and grow and learn from each other. So thank you so much. I love you so much. And I am so grateful that God has brought us all together to help Lauren in this mission. And we get weekly Solex call. I'm so excited. You guys have a blessed week, and let me know if you need anything.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You bet.